So, good evening guys, and welcome to OTL Season 2, Round 8. Sakir, or aka Bahrain shot. It's not quite secure because we don't have access to the outer loop in the game, but we do have Bahrain shot. I am joined, as always, with Jensen.
Yes.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Chris.
How are we?
Good, good.
So I'm just going to get
yeah.
chat up and then... Yeah, sorry, carry on, Jensen. I'm kind of talking to myself there. How rude.
I'd say a race I've been waiting for a while. For
Yes.
commentary's sake.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was actually talking to this with Adam this afternoon. This is your first comm session on a Bahrain short race, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is.
And some
I think-
guy, Peter and Mike, say they
Yeah.
both hate you, Jensen. I think you should put the commentator's curse on them as of this moment.
Yeah, hopefully those two don't bottle it on the first lap. I mean, yeah, they got a lot of pressure on them at the front.
Yes.
And, yeah, you know.
I mean, we know how
hopefully they
Mike
don't get
deals
too
with
mad.
pressure.
Hopefully they don't get too mad at me after this race, but I mean, yeah, hate them too.
So, as we knew, last week was going to be a reverse. The finalised positions after penalties across the race last week at the Bahrain full circuit was going to be the reverse grid order for today's race. So I will give a quick run through of the order that we are looking at this evening. So Pedro on pole, Ranger P2, Officer Duffy P3, Mike P4, Matoman P5, Chris Tap 6, ISRL Chris 7, Mad G8, Dr Special 9, ENTXJ
Sorry, Chris.
10. Sorry?
Sorry, Chris. They're telling you to go to spectator before we get going.
Oh,
so you
yes.
don't get put into a car. Yeah. Sorry, carry on.
So yeah, P9 Dr Special, P10 ENTXJ, P11 SPW, P12 Senna, P13 Pelly, P14 Surge, P15 Mike, P16 Ellie, P17 Sibo, P18 F Lewis, and P19 Tana. So the standout names there, Jensen, is probably Surge, Nelly, SPW. From like P10 backwards, the grid looks really juicy.
Yeah. And of course, the DRS train's gonna really make the overtaking interesting. It's gonna be really difficult for the guys back there. We've got a few fast guys at the front as well. I'd say Mike is definitely a favourite up there, but yeah, depends how he gets through the field as well. It depends if he keeps the train going himself. But
So, yes, sorry chat, I just seen there everybody bashing me. Sorry, guys. ISRL Chris, Mikey, good evening, Pelly. Pelly says this race is going to be interesting. Yes. What I was thinking about as well, which makes it even more interesting, no qualifying. So 19 drivers, always free tyre choice.
yeah, a lot more brand new sets, choosing pit stops as well. Several
So,
sets of mediums.
If it
softs,
was you,
softs.
Jensen, and you had no qualifying, we know you're a faster pace guy, so let's put you in the scenario of the faster guys at the back. If you're starting in that P15 position or thereabouts, and you have free choice of tyres, what would you choose?
I would probably choose the alternate strap just because of the DRS train. Really, it's just going to keep you there. And the guys that do pit early for mediums off their softs, they're going to be out of it, aren't they? And you're going to still be there, and you're going to be going quicker.
So you would go for a hard compound start. What about
Yeah.
the medium?
Oh, not hard compound. I meant medium.
Medium, so,
By
so
that.
medium start.
I'd say medium to soft is the best strat around here. You'll just about make it, I'd say.
So, there is Jensen's prediction. Ethan, good evening, sir. Very welcome. So, I assume we are just going to have a few minutes break. Guys, of course, need to fully prep the setup. They need to prep their tyre strategy for the race. Fuel their car up to their zone that's comfortable. I think I am unsure what fuel. I've not done any extensive running. You have, Jensen, so maybe you can enlighten us. But I don't think fuel management is really a major thing here. Am I right?
I mean, it depends how much you put on. If you put on a lighter load, like stints-wise, yes. Because I think in the WRL race, I had a bit of experience with that because I was running low quite a lot of times, and even with the safety cars, I had to save at the end of the race, and I put on like 3 laps worth. So you definitely need a lot of fuel for this race.
Ethan Davis said in the chat, we don't like to be killjoys on the weather, but he says rain question mark. I don't see any rain.
I don't think around Bahrain.
Don't think we'll see any, unfortunately. No, not in the desert. If it did, it would be interesting. It'd be interesting to see if the game under the dynamic weather system has ever put wet weather in the likes of Abu Dhabi and Bahrain, Jensen. You know that? I would love to know if it's ever happened.
I mean, I think Abu Dhabi's had one little sprinkle of rain one time in real F1 before. I don't remember what year it was. It wasn't in the race. I think it was before the race, though.
I think was that back in the time where they ran that a daytime race?
I think it was 2015.
So it would be the nighttime race by then?
Yeah, just...
Oh, like, I think I actually vaguely remember what you're talking about. I do think it rings a bell. 2017, 2018, Ethan says.
I don't really have a valid memory of that, but... Yeah, Ethan might be right, I don't know.
No, my G says no rain at all, so he's taking the mick. Ethan's just having us on.
I mean, it's Bahrain.
Ethan's just flinging names out now. Sorokin. Old Sergey.
Oh, God.
So, we wait patiently for the tick. Still a formation lap, of course. And Pedro will be our man to lead the pack round to get this race underway.
A big moment for Pedro here. His first ever pole position in the racing hub.
Is it your race start, Jensen? I think it is.
It's yours.
Oh,
Chris, I did last week, so you get to lead this one away. Probably the most exciting race of the season, I'd say.
Yes, I need to make sure my door's pushed over because I can get a little loud and I don't want to wake my kids.
I could as well, to be honest. But yeah, it's also the longest race of the season, with the 100% distance.
57 laps, so the game shows up the strat. They're saying soft to mediums, pitting due 24 to 27, or a soft medium.
Let's see the
so
tyres,
majority
actually.
of the guys, yes, let's get some data on the screen.
Only Kristaps, ISRL Chris, JN Tech and Sabo have gone for the soft tyre, and Sabo is he's pulled over to the side of the track. Has he had a Perez problem? Is anything disconnected or something right there? I don't know, but he's going to be put back on the grid. He's not going to be in the way of anyone though, luckily enough. The race starts, so if he does not get off the line, that will save a few people, but his teammate Pedro...
So Pedro's put way too much of a gap in the field. I think he's trying to gain himself, trying to pull the drivers round, but the unfortunate thing is he's about to be left waiting for, I think, longer than the others. I think this could counter Pedro's plan. To get the pack round quickly to try and have the guys under pressure, I think you need the pack to come with your pace. But if they choose not to and open the gaps a little, it definitely goes against. So we'll see though. Pedro's usually pretty solid off the line, so
gonna be.
Sakir GP, we have one car, I think that there's a
Senna,
Mercedes further
yeah.
back, Senna Martins
It's-
with
he's
big
gonna get on the
gaps. Jordan Newman
Anyways,
says
yeah.
forgot his setup. Rip.
Oh no.
I think is that Dr. Special Energy? I think it is.
I think
no.
so, but yeah, everyone on the grid now for the Sakir Grand Prix. Chris will take you away.
Yes. So OTL Season 2, Round 8, the lights come on. We have 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's lights out and away we go. And I think Officer Duffy's got the better start of our 2 guys up front. He's going to get a slight run, but Pedro seems to have a better phase, and it wasn't even Duffy, it was Ranger YouTube. They're going to go 3 wide into turn 1. Pedro's been pushed way wide, and that's allowed a lot of drivers to get through. Pedro now down into P5.
No, it's spinner, it's been a spinner. It's of Williams, of JNTEX, Ferrari as well. They've collided, and positions are going all over the place here.
So Officer,
sorry. Look at them straight there. Everyone's all over the place. It's crazy stuff on that one.
So on, Sebo's been, nearly get turned round further at the back of the field. I think Senna may be driving winded, I am unsure of that, we'll need to stay with that one. But Kristaps in his soft tyre goes round the outside of Ranger YouTube. That allows Pedro to get a move, maybe back on Ranger into the last corner here. He pulls to the inside line, he's going to go for it in the brakes. Pedro feeling punchy, takes that inside line and gets away. But look at this, Officer Duffy now, Matoman spending the energy, so is Officer Duffy. 104.4, so the race pace settling. And now grid here, usual.
I think. Oh no! And is that Pedro? He's been tagged by one of the cars, I think Ranger, and they're going at it again. And what's happened? There, everyone's ghosted on my screen.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, it's doing the same thing, but Pedro's going through on Ranger YouTube. No DRS on, but it was showing a DRS symbol there on board, so I'm not sure, but Pedro goes back through the inside line and back up to P5. P4, sorry, and I think Pedro has damage. Pedro definitely has damage.
Ooh.
Yes, he is missing an M plate.
That's not good.
So Pedro, the cock of the ball, here comes Ranger, Mike and Maggi, 4 abreast. 2 wide into the corner, Mike's going to get the run, Ranger squeezes Pedro wide, Pedro's going to have to steer and they've done his stuff and try and pulls back onto the line. Here comes Mike and Maggi, and it's going to be pushed wide. 3 wide, they're going to be into turn 1, Maggi has come in this inside line, but Mike pulls over a bit. And they get back out, and I think Mike's going to gain about 3 positions in one straight there.
And they ain't done yet. Maggi up the inside in turn 3. Has he got the move done? They're still side by side. I think he might have got the run out of the corner, and yes, it looks like he's got the position for now. But they're coming up quick on
Carson Ranger YouTube sends one back down the inside on Maggi. Jensen, he's took the position back.
What racing! And Matuman's got through the fast right-hander on Adam there. I don't know what's happened to Adam.
And here comes Kristaps Veen, his soft compound tyre. Sorry to jump in on you there, Jensen, but he's...
damage, I think.
Oh no, does he?
Yes, he does. He's missing his left end plate. Adam
he
is.
does.
Oh
no. Choosing not to box though.
Look at Kristaps though. Kristaps is getting a run now on his soft compound tyres, making it work. And Kristaps leads the race. It's been a crazy first few laps. You can see the whole grid on one picture there coming into turn 1, and here comes JNTEX. He might go too deep into, they might hit the cars. They all go 3 side by side. Serge getting touched by Lewis there.
And a big move between Envy and Sebo. They're side by side. Sebo tucks into the DRS. I think there was some big contact further back, but both drivers got away unscathed, Jensen.
Yeah, and just having a look at the energy that Adam really struggling through the corners there. He's having to lift off through the long right-hander. He is got plenty of energy though, Adam does, so that's pretty decent for him. Mike, he's got plenty to deploy.
Look at this gaggle of cars from Ranger, Maggi, SPW, Mikey, Pelly, Nelly, Sebo. They're all absolutely scrapping. I'll go on board as we see, and we know SPW likes a bomb, absolutely spent on energy. And he goes for the fake, he's down the inside. no ABS, no locker. That was a great move from SPW. Commands that position back. Will stay looking backwards. Magi maybe thought about having a go back, but not quite there this time. So SPW making gains.
These are crazy moves there.
Sebo and Senna Martin side by side. Senna Martin's going to go through. Back up the inside. There was like a switchback. I think Sebo went a little wide as well, so played right into his favour. Go back on board with JN as he now makes a move, and Dr. Special Energy is running setupless, and he's just slowly going backwards. No straight line speed in the car at all.
That's really unfortunate for him at the moment. Mataman is trying to have a go here on Kristaps. He's getting the speed into turn 1. What's he going to do? He's going to go on the outside, but he's not going to get by now. They're going to side by side going through turn 2 there. They're going to give each other space there, but I think Kristaps getting the better grip on those softs, keeping the position for now. And
what a start.
Mataman, yeah, it's really been
so Pedro
what I wanted to see, really.
Pedro and Officer Duffy. Pedro back down in P17. He's got off. He wanted the wing, a fresh wing back in the car.
Here comes Sabo on Pelly. Oh, he got so close to touching the back of Senna. He's pushed Pelly a little bit wide, and that is position forward. Sabo, he's got P11 there, and it is crazy. Look at all those cars. Just, it's a genuine. It's like an actual train.
Look at the back straights insane. There's like 10 cars.
Surge up the outside of Pelly into
they've contacted GNTEX, collected Pelly, and it's spun him round.
Yeah, and is that Mike who's gone through past Adam, and I think that was pretty easy move. Knew what was going to come up, but Adam's fighting back. Adam going to go up the inside. No, he's not. He's going to fall back and behind him. And that's position for Mike, and now he has to set his sights on the cars ahead, leading this race. I
tell you, Matoman and his alternate strategy, staying with that soft tyre, he's in a really commanding position right now, Jensen, because when Kristaps pulls away,
DRS train, isn't it?
Yep, and he's going to have some clean running air.
I'd say Mike has probably the better pace than Mataman over the course of a lap, but Mataman is in that DRS range. This is going to be crucial for Mataman here. He just has to stick there most of the race. He went a little bit wide there, could have got a warning. Penalties will be big around here if they do pick them up, because it's going to cost you way too much time. And there is a lot of cars.
Let's look at Mikey. Yeah, Mikey.
Yeah.
We will go on board. Sorry, Jensen.
Nelly using the overtake a little bit there. Is he going to go up the inside of Ranger as well? Yes, he is. He's going to follow through, try and not go too deep. Ranger keeping around the outside though, and once again they give space, but Nelly holds it around the outside and gets through into P7. He's making up ground very quickly. And
Sebo and Senna Martin's having a scrap further back. Sebo tucking. Sebo's actually lost 2 positions there. Is Magi? Is he going to have a look to have a go at Senna Martin's? Not quite there in the braking zone. He will back off. So Pedro was 24 seconds off the pack, now down to 18 on his card compound tyre. So
I think JNTEX might have had a moment, as he's now 8 seconds behind F. Lewis.
Oh yeah, that is very true. Sebo and Magi going at it. Sebo will go through on that inside line on the back straight. So Sebo, I think he's made good gains. Let's actually have a look at...
Yeah, he's running out of energy though. He's derating a lot. He's
and who's that going through? There goes Surge. There goes Surge and Magi. Sorry, Jensen. And Surge is now going to look at Sebo as well. He goes outside to inside, round the outside of turn 1. Oh, there's some small contact. And here comes, who's that? Who's that in the Red Bull?
It's F. Lewis. F. Lewis has made the move. He's caught the map in there. He's managed to make that work, and Mataman's got through on Kristaps again now. Mataman looks like the tyres might be on the crossover nearly already. Don't know at the moment, but
Pelly with the fastest lap of the race. He's went to the soft computer. Pelly boxed. I didn't actually notice that, so I think he may be a damage.
Yeah, from that instant wave. I think. Who was it?
So Nelly is now the leader of a train, kind of in that mid-pack backwards. He's the leader of a train all the way to P13. question is, if Nelly keeps closing that gap to SPW, does he bring the team with him? But here comes Mikey on Envy Nelly. Yep, he's going to go through easy as you like on the DRS. It's Ranger on YouTube. Ranger and Senna go side by side through turn one as well. I think Ranger gets through in that position, so Senna moves back down. But Senna fine it round the outside there, side by side. Let's go on board with this. Senna, oh, some weird connection there. That looked as if there was about to be contact, but
yeah, look at Nelly. He's going around the outside of Mikey into turn 5, and he's gone and done it around the outside.
What a move from Nelly.
Move. But he's given up the chance of a DRS move now. Mikey's going to have a go again. Sabre's flying, is that Senna in the wall? Senna's crashed out of turn 7, I think. And is that going to be a safety car?
Oh yes, could we see?
I don't think it is. The crash.
And here comes Mikey again on Envy Nelly. Sorry, jumping on you yet again, Jensen, but Mikey is going to go back through on the main straight and take the move back to P6, and I think these guys are stuck in a bit of a battle at the moment.
Yeah, and look at Ranger as well. Ranger through Sabu Floater again. These two battling it out a lot this race.
Oh, Sable tries to send on the inside. Did they touch? Don't think they touched. They got away unscathed there, so let's look at the gaps. SPW now well in firing range of Officer Duffy. Very even on the energy.
Inside of Sabre, I think it's going to be very close, but I think Surge is going to hold it. Sabre's gone really
Lewis
wide.
will go through as well there, Jensen. So F. Lewis managed to capitalise on that moment between Surge and Sebo.
Yeah, the two brothers have kept the energy more than most people. Mike's kept them more than anyone at the moment. He's got 70% at his disposal, and he hasn't had to push much in this race. So it's like he's just got up to Kristaps. Kristaps
so Officer Duffy in.
That is an early stop for Officer Doofy, but yeah, it's got damage. I think it's going to be hard tyres to the end. Is it going to be? No. Are those soft tyres? It is. It's going to be a 2-stop for Adam.
Trying something bold.
He wants to get off that wing damage as much as possible, and he will come out just ahead of Pedro.
So I think SPW is sitting at a point where he's kind of racing his own race at the moment. P4, Nelly's not quite catching, but he's not quite catching Mike in front.
Yeah, Mike's about to line up and his first move in a while this race. He's been sitting in P3 for a while, just running his own race. He's saved up the energy, and I think it's going to be an easy one for Mike. Kristaps derating. Mike sees that. He's going to be on the outside line into turn 1. Kristaps, he's going to hold the inside, but Mike, he's got the more grip now. Those softs are starting to go off, and Mike goes into P2.
Sebo picks up a 3-second time penalty and lost a lot of positions there. I'm not sure exactly what happened.
And there goes Pelly on Pedro into the final corner. But what does that set up for Pedro and Pelly weaving about a bit there? So was there an incident between those two? Maybe.
I think maybe Pedro has let Pelly go through because he wants to go with Pelly.
Maybe.
Pelly's just acknowledging that factor that he's not really put up much of a fight and letting Pelly continue in his race.
Oh, Rangers had a bad run. Sabre's got through. So a lot of stuff going on down there, and I think the gaps are sort of started to split apart now.
Yes, it's slowly opening it, which is kind of strange. I thought you would see a lot more people being able to stay in touch. Let's jump
on carry on the moves here. Going up the inside again. He's made a move almost every lap, I think. And is he going to carry this car around the outside? He's going to keep it. Sabre's going to go up the inside. He might have made too much contact there. And the Mad G takes advantage of both of them and gets both positions as he goes for 9th place. That was not what Sabre or Ranger probably would have wanted.
And Matoman picks up his first penalty of the race, Jensen. That could be critical.
Yeah, Mike closing the gap down as well. He's not up to use much. Mataman's sort of starting to save the energy up a bit here. It's up 30%. Not really using it. I think he's waiting for Mike.
That's right.
Yes, maybe he wants to be the car behind for a while.
Yeah, get a bit of that DRS.
So F. Lewis, he's having a look at Sergio. I don't think he's going to send one. Not quite close enough this time around. This is our closest gap at the moment, but so we'll stay with these two guys.
This is the kind of track you want a safety car to come out really at.
Yes.
Because it bunches. You just want them to be as close as possible for most times. But
because it is more exciting for us. And F. Lewis doing a really good job at staying with Sergio. I was talking to Ethan the other week there, and he said that he enjoys the kind of minimal hard traction zone circuits, you know, so like your Italy's, Russia, they kind of tracks. So I think the Bahrain short circuit suits him right down to a T. And he definitely looks to be right in his comfort zone.
yeah, is he gonna go for a move this lap? He's got the DRS on now. He's gonna get close enough. He's not gonna use the energy. He's just to stay there in the DRS, just building up that energy.
Sibo and Mad G having a bit of a humdinging fight again. Sibo not willing to let absolutely anything go this evening, Jensen. He is fighting every position
Ranger
with all his might.
Ranger, he ain't leaving the pit box there. It took a very long time to leave the pit box. I don't know what happened to him, but he's going to drop down to P15. Maybe P16 if Dr. Special Energy gets past. No, he's not. He's going to stay there. And out.
It's Mad G and Sibo. Envinelli is now on the back of SPW. He has closed that gap. Pushing on now is Nelly.
As long as you get into that DRS and you can see SPW's now flashing red, Nelly will see that and you'll know that an opening will come for him in the upcoming laps. He just has to pile that pressure on. And Mike now within the DRS of Mataman, so Mike, he hasn't got DRS this lap, but he's got within a second.
And Nelly, he thought about going through an SPW, but then chose against it there.
He's getting
oh,
really
and SPW's nearly dropped the car. He's at the big oversteer moment. Nelly, he was aware of the fact that he had a moment, yeah, and just got off throttle a bit there. Nelly, just being cautious, playing the long game, yeah.
Mike, it'll probably be a lap after this. He can probably get a move done. Mataman pulling to the inside of the track. Try and get the marbles on Mike's tyres, maybe.
And Nelly is going to go through on SPW, pulls over to the...
Yeah.
Try and defend, but...
That one is coming.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to go back up the inside. SPW he's going to send it back up the inside, but maybe a bit too late for SPW to do that because MB Nelly's got passed into P4 now. And Mad G and
SPW going to try and have a go? I don't think he is.
Nah.
I think he's going to try and provoke Nelly though. SPW can provoke Nelly and he's spending a lot of energy to try and keep him away though.
Oh, Chris Dapp's really struggling on those tyres. He's got wing damage actually. So...
Oh yeah, see that? He's just up ahead.
Struggling.
I wonder how long he's had that for. Oh, 1 second, Jensen, I need to get some apple juice.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, that hasn't really done well to Chris Dapp's tyres, I think. Here comes Nelly. He's going to get close enough to Chris Dapp to make a move. No, he's not. He's going to stay there.
I've jumped back with the Sibo fight because he's going to pull to the inside line of Mad G and send one down the inside into turn 1. Tries to pull back to the racing line. Mad G thinks about holding it round the outside line. Not quite there.
He's going to go.
Tries a switch back. Sibo parks the car though. Good defence there. A couple of things questionable, but that was just good car positioning there.
Yeah, and MB Nelly and SPW, they're all over the back of Chris Daps now. Kristaps, of course, driving wounded in that Mercedes. He's going wide most corners now. Yeah, this is really difficult. SPW, is he going to go for a move into the final corner? No, he's not. He's backed up the energy there.
And look, Envinelli's went to
Nelly's
beat.
gone too
Oh,
deep.
he's missed his line.
And
He picks up a penalty.
as well. He's SPW had that in WRL Bahrain as well. I think at the final corner, go too deep and it turned out. I don't know.
Oh,
and
Nelly sends one on
Nelly.
the inside.
Brilliant car positioning by Nelly there.
Kristaps,
Clears the gap.
SPW's going to go on the inside line on Kristaps round through 2 and he's going to push him, squeeze it wide on 3 and he
very
gets the
close.
job done. I think that was
Kristaps
harsh
coming
but
back.
fair.
Kristaps really coming back in here. Kristaps going to go for a send. No, he's not. He's just going to pull back there. He's not going to risk that.
And
But
look
that
at the
was
gap now.
brilliant.
Nelly was like 3 seconds behind Matt. 2 seconds lost out in a couple of laps behind Kristaps there. And SPW now picks up a penalty. So Mike just needs to keep it clean. He's in the lead.
Yeah,
All
and
drivers
he's got
behind.
a lot of energy.
Where is he?
Everyone's
Yeesh.
derating apart from Mike. Mike is the only one with energy apart from, I think, Mike, Mad G, JNTEX, Adam, Dr. Special and G, and ISRL Chris, the only ones with a decent amount of energy. But Mike, at the moment, has got the most of anyone. And Nelly, oh, there's just Kristaps in the pits. He's gone for the hard tyre. He wants to get off that wing damage. He wants.
So championship leader chases down. Would we say championship contender? I think we would call Mike a championship contender now, for sure. With the pace he's shown over the last few races. So it's game on, but SPW is... He's got some strong pace behind Nelly. He's staying right in the pocket. Nelly now doesn't have the ERS to break away.
Yeah, they're both really struggling here. More attacks that SPW makes is the worst for Nelly here. And Mike is he's in a comfortable zone here.
F. Lewis on Surge, is he looking at having a go this time around? I think he could be. He's going to pull to the inside line. Here he goes to get himself inside the top 5. Looking a very good day for the Red Bull boys at the moment, considering the starting positions.
They don't have penalties as well. They don't have penalties as well to the Red Bull boys and Surge. And here comes Mad G on the outside. Oh, he's got a big amount of oversteer. Trying to swap back on Sabu. And yeah, he's gonna have to stay there in P8 for now.
So Sabo has been in the walls this evening.
Yeah, Matman on brand new softs.
Oh.
So Matman has pitted then.
Did he start on the medium? That's a long way to take the Sui, so a 2-stop that would say.
Two-stopper, yeah.
You be expecting Mike to take these tyres to round about 32?
I would say about 32 to 35.
Yeah, so I was, ideally the latter side of, so like 34, 35, if the tyres feel comfortable and you can get to there, 34, 35 would be a great time to stop.
He hasn't had to push them as well, he's really kept pace pretty consistent, he's not really lost much here.
Mad G and Sebo's still going at it. We've got Matoman and Gentic. I think that was Matoman actually just going through in his new compound of tyre. There's no way Matoman tries to go to the end there, surely, Jensen?
I don't, no chance on those softs. Mikey is running, he's running underfield at the moment.
Oh.
So he's really got to start saving fuel, really. I don't know, I wouldn't say the underfuel strategy is the best around here, but...
No, you tend to find in your power socket that additional fuel seems to be the way.
Yeah, and same with Kristaps, Ranger, those two also underfueled. And SPW is through.
Oh yes.
We may have not picked that up. I don't think, but SPW is now past Nelly again, and the gap's now 6.7 seconds. Mike is now reaching 80% energy as well.
Mike is in cruise control. I think he's on a back mark. Oh no, that's the other guys in front. He looks in absolute cruise control, Jensen, doesn't he?
He's just sitting back.
He looks like you when you're winning. I think Nelly is just about to take that position straight back from SPW now on the main straight. Will go on board. As he opens that DRS flat, pulls to the inside line. SPW is going to squeeze it over.
That was a bit aggressive from SPW there, and he's going to send it back up the inside again. And he's going to make contact there as well. SPW really.
We know he likes a scrap.
Fight. Yeah.
SPW is a fighter.
I wouldn't say that was the best of moves down the straight though.
I think he was pushing over. Yeah. I think there was still a lot of space on the inside. I think SPW's movement was maybe emphasised by Nelly's unwillingness to be pushed over.
Yeah, but I mean.
But still, yes, you don't want to be making any forms of contact in the straights for sure.
It was like a half Mazepin in F2.
Yes.
Say, because Nelly really close to the wall there. And hoping these guys carry on scrapping, but not like too aggressive like that. But you know, still racing, I guess.
Yes, I guess
it's back again.
It's all fun and games until somebody gets damaged or ends up off.
They keep it side by side as well. SPW is going to go around the outside. No, he's not. He's going to have to stay there, but he's going to send it up the inside. He's going to lock up the front right tyre. He gets back through, and SPW gets the DRS, but he does not get the slipstream. Nelly, he's pushing to try and get the outside line, and he goes and does it almost, and he can't hang it around the outside there, and SPW keeps the position, and they've lost another second because of that.
So it seems SPW's hungry. It'd be interesting, Jensen. I don't want to block off the screen. Can you jump on? Is SPW and Nelly both just get 3 seconds in penalties?
Hold on. Let me see.
I wonder if Nelly has more, and this is why SPW's fighting harder.
It's both 3 seconds. I'm just quickly looking, and I saw Chris out in session. Where's that? And that's in the pits. Okay.
So just on the main straight there, Jensen, again, Nelly went to make a move and pulled to the inside line. SPW moved over and they had to back out it.
He's got DRS, he's got the better run as well. SPW really defending for his life here. Nelly, what is he going to do? He's going to go on the outside. Is he going to send it on around the outside again? He's going too deep there. The inside line was probably the best line through there, if anything. So.
As he goes for one on the inside, turn 7, through he goes. SPW had no answer there. I think he was just a little wide. Maybe a small inside lockup as well.
I think Nelly just showing SPW what he's here to do as well.
But SPW again, he has that DRS, but I think Nelly just may have the ERS to defend, but we know SPW is going to send it here, and down again. He goes on the inside. He's really good in the brakes into one.
Yeah, and is he going to keep the position again? Nelly, he's going to send one on the outside if he makes a stick. Be a good move. Oh, he's collected on the rear left there, very close wall as well on the inside. Out of that, and Nelly not very happy with that, but I'm afraid that it's a bit too late to go on the outside, going through that.
So let's. It is the battle to watch at the moment. I keep looking at the timing screens, Jensen.
Look at the Red Bull though. Mikey is closing in on these guys, even with the lower fuel. I think SPW, I saw his fuel like come on a few times recently, so he's got a lower fuel running as well. So see what they're doing at the moment. Mike, consistent low 102s he is putting in.
Oh, and Nelly goes a big send on the inside line there. He faked SPW, says left and right. But SPW, does he try the big slingshot?
Again. Oh, that's a... wasn't the greatest of moves attempts there by SPW.
I think if Nelly's got the energy, he may be able to... This may be it now, he may stay in front. SPW though,
yeah.
He's pretty average, he's pretty even, sorry, on the energy between them. Mikey now 1.7 behind them as well, 1.6, so...
Yeah, it's going to turn into a 5-car battle at this rate. Surge dropped down a little bit behind F. Lewis, using the energy just to call back the DRS. Does he get the DRS gap? I don't think he did. So he's dropped out for now, but...
And SPW really struggled there, Jensen, sorry to jump in, really struggled out the last corner, and I think that put the gap between him and Nelly that has made it now pretty hard to get back.
Well, he's already right at the back of him again, but yeah, that's probably going to be the first lap of the race. Maybe these two haven't battled something. But
that was a wild fight. Red Bull boys P4 and 5. Yeah. They're looking really strong here today.
Oh,
he is.
Teammate.
He is, that's right. I was just looking at the Red Bull and I actually thought I was on board with F. Lewis, but I'm staring at his trumpet.
Yeah.
So
he is on for a good result at the moment, keeping this pace.
He's silently went about his business, isn't he, F. Lewis? Yeah. He's not caused much of a fuss and just showed really good pace.
So Matoman is cruised up behind these guys as well. And he's on the new softs, and he's going to be on another set of new softs come the end of the race. So
Matoman does go through and Surge.
Surge in the pits.
Oh yeah, he's boxed.
Is this an early soft start? Is this going to be an early stop to the soft? I think it is for Surge. An undercut, an alternate strategy undercut. It's powerful.
Can he jump them? He's got the potential here. Maybe if the undercut does work, Jensen, he could jump both Red Bulls.
He could jump Nelly and SPW if he has enough pace. If these two keep on scrapping out,
because they're fighting.
They've got to react to them though. I think one of them will do.
I think somebody has to box. Mike's safe. I think 9.3 up the road. He can just stick to his strategy.
I think he can carry as much as he can on those mediums, and once they're sort of near the end, I'd say he's in his pit window if he wanted to stop. But yeah, he's got plenty of time for plenty more laps if he wanted to. And is that F. Lewis in the pits? He'll be the one to react to Surge.
Surge picks up a penalty, trying to push on his outlap, so that's not going to help his cause for getting further up the grid and taking that undercut.
Yeah, but let's see where they'll come out. F. Lewis comes to the end of the pit lane here. Here comes Surge.
I think he's going to be behind. He is. Surge goes through.
Surge got the jump. That outlap was critical. He may have got a penalty, but he's got through.
And I think that would mean that he's going to get the jump on Mikey as well here.
Yeah,
especially with the fact he's got DRS and traffic to pull him around.
So Matoman, I'd say, is on for a possible podium at this rate. He's on the better tyres and he could go for a few more laps on these as well.
Surge now through on Pelly, making ground very, very quickly.
Yeah, Pelly's struggling on those old soft tyre, 24 laps old now. I think he's got to hit soon. I think he started on the mediums, so he can go for another set of softs. And SPW and Mikey in the pits. Nelly stays out, so I think SPW might go for an undercut on Nelly here. As they all come out, Surge, is he going to jump ahead of SPW? And he's going to go around the outside. A little bit of space given there, but SPW just holds his ground.
So SPW has, I think, got his pit done just in the nick of time there, Jensen. I think if he went another lap there, he would have lost out massively in the traffic.
Yeah, Mad G is on 6 lap old softs as well, so I don't know what strategy he's gone for exactly, Mad G. I don't know if those tyres will make it.
It would be a very big ask for sure. So I think we will see Mike come in this lap on next.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to worry. He may see that Nelly's in P2, but I think he just needs to run his strat. I see that maybe the fact that Nelly's in P2, he's down to 36% energy. I still don't think that's of much concern though, because he has a massive advantage over his rival in P2, so... Will we see him in? He's still running pretty close to his lap time, only a couple of tenths off his PB.
Yeah, he's used a bit of energy as well.
And Mike is in, he's coming in.
So Mike getting onto the under the speed.
So let's see what Nelly does. Is he going to try and overcut? I don't think it is the right thing to do, so he comes in as well. So Mataman will retake the lead.
Yeah,
but of course will need to box.
Mataman's in a situation for where if a safety car did come out, it would be probably the best situation for him there.
Officer Duffield looking to come in. SPW with the fastest lap of the race so far.
Here comes Nelly out of the pits. Nelly's going to drop back behind F. Lewis. And
so he's been massively undercut.
Yeah, Mikey's lost a lot of time as well. Mikey's 4.5 seconds down the road with these guys. What's happened to him?
I think that's critical fuel saving, possibly. I don't know.
Might have had damage, maybe, I don't know.
Could be a wing change, yeah, a wing change has possibly put that time gap there.
Yeah, Mad G over the back of SPW as well. But whatever it is, these guys, Serge, Lewis and Nelly are all about the same energy. Nelly just 3% more, which I wouldn't say is too much, but
so I think Serge is having a good look at Mad G here. He's going to pull to that inside line. Yeah, he will go through it. F. Lewis having a good look. I'll go to F. Lewis now because I think he's going to have a go at Mad G as well. Mad G is going to pull. Oh, no contact. Good racing there, boys. And look at Envy Nelly, he's there on the inside line. He will pick up a warning for that corner there, I would think. Not quite through this time.
Yeah, Nelly is using a lot of energy here. F. Lewis, how is he going to defend from this? He is trying as hard as he can. And I think that's two of the guys through. It's just F. Lewis and Nelly now to get through. And these lot will battle for the podium finish because they've all got 3 seconds.
F. Lewis now on Mad G, he's going to get the move done even before the final corner. And I think he just... Oh, and Envy Nelly, he got damage there. He hit the back of Mad G hard. No damage.
He didn't. He might have got a little bit of fundamental damage, but I don't know.
Matomana in. So he now pops out of that frame. F. Lewis and Mad G still
and
going
right
at
there
it.
As well. This is going to be a big battle at the end of the race for this podium finish. F. Lewis will, at the moment, looking where he is now, he will be on for P2.
Yes, that's going to be a great result for F. Lewis.
And then it'll be Mike, F. Lewis for P2 off the penalties, and then after that you have 4 other guys battling for the podium. And then Mikey as well, also on the new soft, if he gets close enough to Mataman. But I don't think he's going to get it there with the RS.
So F. Lewis trying again on Mad G, not going to get close enough quite this time. Both Mad G and F. Lewis are derating. As Jensen has said many times, Nelly will see that flashing light, but does he feel he's close enough?
Is he going for a double move here? He's going to get close enough to try and box F. Lewis in, but I don't think he did. Nelly's going to get through, and
F. Lewis does peek his nose in there,
but Nelly holds it around the outside, and he gets into P4 with a double move down the straight.
He did
really timed that nicely.
Yeah, and he done really well to still apex the corner nicely, but give F. Lewis the gap for the nose of his car to be there and not have a crash.
now Nelly has to catch up to his brother, and SPW up ahead to carry on this battle for the final podium spot. And of course Matoman is getting closer and closer to that now, and
go on board with our race leader for a little while. Out chilling, out in front, 7.7 second lead, and he's never really looked, I don't even think we've seen a mistake from Mike. Very cool, calm and collected stuff.
Yeah, it's been a long while since we've seen this sort of Mike.
Yes.
I'd say he's really kept it good this race.
Yeah, that's probably one of the most dominant displays of the season thus far.
And Surge is through. Surge around the outside of SPW into turn 5, and that is for P2 and net podium positions. This is really on. This battle is really on now. F. Lewis, he just has to hang there really. F. Lewis, he just has to sit there in the DRS, and the guys just stay there, don't pick up a penalty. You got that podium in the bag. Mikey can pick up a few positions as well. Matoman,
SPW is going to pull back to the inside line. Sorry to jump in on you, Jensen, but he's going to take that position back off Surge down the main straight.
God, he's really stops the car.
He's amazing. It's amazing the way he pulls the car, and he's having very minimalistic lockups. You feel like he's braking 50 metres deeper than every driver, but still the car's pulling up.
Yeah,
he's that McLaren's turned him into full Danny Rick mode.
One of the best guys on the brakes.
Oh, it's impressive to watch as well. I have.
Yeah.
I struggle enough just to sight a normal braking point with DRS, ABS off, so it's really impressive to watch somebody go that deep and look very in control of the car.
Yeah, and look at Nelly and Surge now, they're both right close together now.
Oh, and I think Kristaps has had a moment. We've got Kristaps in the wall further back.
Tell me he's
no
okay.
damage,
Is he okay?
no damage.
Yeah.
Jensen, I think we're alright. Yeah, no damage.
Yeah, that'll be the last thing that Mike wants. There, and SPW and Surge are going side by side again. Oh, SPW, he closed it in a bit too much there,
and he's picked up damage.
Oh, that was a very weird instant there. I think both side by side, a bit of a Piastri ticked him F2 instant there.
Yeah.
Sort of. But I mean, I think SPW closed in a bit too early on that corner, and SPW already trying to get back on Nelly, and he's not going to get back that time.
So I think F. Lewis just needs to stay cool now.
Just stay in the DRS there, but it's going to be more difficult for him now. And he's in the pits.
I'm gutted for F. Lewis there.
That is honestly robbed from F. Lewis there. That is
and it's
really...
a big send, there's big contact, And that's going to hurt SPW's chances. He's got his teammate now coming round, he will defend it.
Yeah, Matoman, I think it's the best thing to do is let Matoman go.
Yeah, he's going to let his teammate run.
Much newer tyres. He's on like 5 lap newer tyres. He's going to be in the zone at the end of the race. And now, our net podium, Mike, Surge, Nelly up front. The guys who haven't got penalties behind that ain't much in it there. And it's SPW, no, not SPW, Adam and Sabu are going through side by side through turn 5. And there's Pelly as well on the outside. They'll go 3 wide through the fast right-hander, I think. And this Sabu's had a big spin. He's lost a bit of that wing as well through there, and he's dropped all the way back. And that's really disappointing for him there. And Nelly's just got through third as well. So.
Officer Duffy now, he's going through P7, he's making some good gains. He keeps his pace in the car. Here it's a big gap to pull.
P7,
14 laps to go, but
if a safety car did come out though, that is a podium for Officer Duffy there. But we've got 14 laps to go. I think we haven't seen one yet. Is that the Renault Dr. Special Energy into the pits? Now he's left the session. I think he can.
Lack of setup, I think, is
the setup
soul destroying.
That's unfortunate for Special Energy there. Getting confused with a lot of names there, but SPW's dropped back a lot now from his teammate. I think he's dropped out of the fight for the podium, which is a bit unfortunate for him. But Nelly, I think he might have got the gap on his from a surge, maybe, I don't know.
Oh, and Pelly's absolutely sent, man. I don't think he'll get. Oh, he does get the car pulled up in time. Officer Duffy quite reluctant there.
Yeah, he's going for the exit. He's got the DRS. Is he going to come back on him? He's not going to have a go at it. He's just going to stick in the DRS for now. So I think everyone's split apart now. I think the only battle is Pelly and Officer Doofy and GNTX Mad G also.
Oh, and he gets another time penalty, Mad G. So I think he has an absolute ton of penalties, maybe 12, 15 seconds.
Oh, he's putting his nose up the inside there, GNTX. Every position is critical for these guys because it's double points as well, and here comes Mad G. He's got through, but those 9 seconds of penalties ain't gonna help his cause at all, so he needs to try and follow a gap as much as he can. But yeah, I don't see any other battle at the moment. Actually, Mataman is now within DRS of Surge. This is going to be for the podium position as well. So the battles are now back on for these final placings.
So what's the penalties between it all? Let's have a look here.
There's only 3 seconds.
For them all?
All 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And yeah, 9 seconds for Mad G, 9 seconds for Chris Laps, 6 seconds for Super, and everyone else is 3 seconds or no penalty.
Well, so, Mad G might not lose as many positions as I thought then. Might still get like P12, P11, something like that.
Yeah, and that Matoman has gone through on Surge for P3, and that's the podium for Matoman.
Obviously, he's got a nice fresh tyre here.
Yeah, he's
still 11
really
laps to go. He can maybe push and catch up with these guys in front.
He's been the fastest guy in the 2-stop of everyone so far.
Oh, 1 second, Jensen, I need to pee.
Yeah. I think there'll be going with Mataman and Surge, but I think not too close enough for that corner. But the battle will continue for short for this podium. It's not over. It's got 10 laps to go of this race. And quickly look at the fastest lap of the race. It's a 59.5 by Sabu Flora down in P15, and he is battling. No, he's not battling. He's just behind the car.
And Bexer.
Yep. And yeah.
So the gaps, yes, still very much the same. Subs slowly staying in Matoman's DRS. I think Matoman's maybe over pushing the car a little and not using the tyre to his advantage. But he does see nearly there, and he wants it.
He's trying to break gap at the moment. Is Metal Man. Just gonna quickly look at the warnings at the moment. So Nelly has only had one warning after his one and only penalty. Mataman also had one warning after his one and only penalty. Surgeon's also had one warning after that penalty. Oh,
Pelly picks up his first penalty of the race. So Officer Duffy now feeling a lot better about staying behind. Pelly.
I'd say just about. Yeah. But yeah, SPW more at risk of picking up another penalty.
Look at this, Pedro and his fresh tyre doing his old friend Michael a bit of a favour by pulling Nelly along in the DRS.
Good little favour from... And look at Nelly weaving away there. I think, is that a weaving thanks for the DRS or something, or...
I don't know.
I don't know, but the gaps came down a little bit. I think Mike doesn't have to really push too much anymore. He's got 8.5 seconds. He can afford to really close as much as he wants to the end of the race. And so on lap 50 now, this race.
I think Nelly will break the DRS this time around. He'll go through on Pedro. I think Pedro and Sebo are fighting as well.
Yeah, right in with Nelly's car as well, and Sabu's got through.
Two Haas boys having a fair fight.
Yeah, Pedro's got the one less penalty though, so he will be picking up the one more position than him, his teammate.
Maggi absolutely oh, Maggi's made a big move and Pelly's pushed him wide.
Oh,
and Pelly spun
it! Oh no, that is really hurt Pelly. There's JN-Tex, and JN-Tex will pick up the position. Pelly drops outside the top 10. And no, he's not really getting going again too much. He's a bit... Pelly, he's coasting. I think Pelly is going to call it there for his race. That is really unfortunate for him. He's had a fairly decent race, but he is coasting at this moment.
Sebo all inside Benelli here in P2.
Yeah. Nelly is now 7.5 seconds behind Mike. I think Nelly with a couple of laps newer tyres than Mike, I think. No, same lap. They both pitted.
I think Pelly is coming in.
Yeah, I think he's going to retire the car. He's just coasting, you see. And it looks a bit like a mechanical retirement or something. You would probably expect. And yeah, he's just crashed into pit lane. He's going to retire the car, Pelly. And that is really unfortunate for him. We're on lap 52, so safety cars could only come out with 3 laps, or 4 laps to go, I think, or just 3 laps to go, on the usual 50%. Does that change for 100%, or?
I'm not actually sure. Pelly, if you're watching, gutted for you, mate. That's unfortunate, man.
Yeah. Robbed of a P8, I think, that.
Yeah.
So, 5 laps to go now. At least 2 laps until the window closes for some, and
Mikey and SPW looking to have a bit of a fight till the end. Both in very even tyres. So of course Mikey on No penalties.
Surge could be possibly getting back at Matoman here. He's got within the second, and he's got the DRS back. He hasn't got the speed down the straight, maybe.
I see people commenting in chat, but I don't see the comments. That's really annoying. So apologies to whoever's commenting, I don't see it. So I think if we take out the equation, the big fight that Nelly had with SPW, I think P2 was probably best run result today, because I don't think anybody was going to really touch Mike with the pace he's had in the car. I know Nelly's closed a bit, but Mike's just chilling.
Penalty as well, yeah. And Nelly getting the DRS of Sable again. This is...
So the back markers might be a nuisance, but and Mikey's got through in SPW.
Yeah, Mikey was going to be going ahead of SPW anyways after the penalties, but now he is through on track.
Oh, and Mike had a small twitch out the last corner there, so the tyres just getting to the end of the life.
We officially say the safety car cannot come out now.
So we are racing till the end.
Yeah, I think Mike will be very relieved of that. He could just cruise home without really much of an issue. You don't have to overdo it. Like you said, he had a little bit of a twitch coming out the corners. Maybe his tyres are starting to fall off a bit. But by the end of lap 57, I think this is going to be a big enjoyment for Mike there after a few tough races for him.
Yes. And a good way to turn around a tough weekend before, or weekday I should say, because it's Monday evenings.
Yeah, last week's de facto winner Nelly as well. He is in P2. A very good drive from him as well. And I think Surge, his tyres are starting to properly go off now. And Mataman is looking safe. So look at the penalty. As I look at the penalties, there's still 3 seconds, so
the last thing any of these guys at the front will want to do is lose another. So that puts Mikey right in range.
Pedro's has picked up another penalty, and that's gonna cost him a position to not just his teammate, but possibly Kristaps as well. Which, that would be a big loss for him. But anyways, Mike we'll start the final lap of this race.
Yes, I'm on board with our race leader as we speak. It's F. Lewis and Officer Luffy have a little bit of a fight further back on the grid.
Yeah,
but the number 22 car looks very much at home this evening in the floodlights of Bahrain.
Yeah, no sandstorm here to ruin this one.
No.
And yeah, very short final lap here. Is a yellow flag. Who could that be?
I think that was somebody letting them through. A racing point. It could be Ranger.
Ranger, yeah.
He's like, I'm not doing another lap of this.
Yeah. So Mike is going to the final corner now. He's not gonna celebrate just yet. He's got the one final corner to go here. He's coming out of the final corner. He's gonna weave away. And he's going to cross the line to win the Sakia Grand Prix of OTL. And that is a very, very dominant performance from Mike there. Nelly will come home for P2, a very, very good drive from him. And Matoman will pick up his first podium of the season as well. A well-driven race from him as well. Serge will come home for P4. Very good stint on those tyres.
Oh, and Mikey got within
Back to the grid.
0.7 of Surge.
That was...
So let's see, I
Very
think
good
Matt
there.
G is going to lose out to F. Lewis here.
Yeah, F. Lewis, very unlucky there.
And Officer Duffy promotes as well, so Matt G will stay in P9. I don't think he'll lose out to that position
Yeah,
to JN Tex.
Yeah,
So
I
Mike
think
wins.
F.
Oh,
Lewis,
sorry.
Yeah.
Down
I
you
think
go.
F. Lewis would be a bit disappointed with that.
Yes.
After that.
If I was F. Lewis, I would be
deserved
too.
that
A very, probably, yeah, a definite shout of driver of the day, I would say.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't have that incident, I strongly believe he finishes P2 today. So, I don't know who we will get in for a chat. Adam says, not disappointed with that. Very good recovery, sir. Very good recovery.
I will get them in for you, Chris.
But as a steward, you're going to have a field day. I will say that, sir. Ow, just electrocuted myself. So, Jensen will get our gentlemen's in for a cheated chat. See how the race went.
Nearly go offline.
I think I knew
Right.
he was
I'll
going to work,
get him.
so
I'll just add him anyway, just in case. But yeah, got our drivers in.
Maggie says, not sure how to feel, to be honest, got swamped after a few laps. I think it's hard when the time penalties are becoming a factor. So we'll start with our P3 man, let's just do it back to front. Jensen, whose question is it? I think it's you, sir. I think it is. I spoke last week, I did. It's you.
Alright. Well,
But I
we'll
have no
start off with-
questions, Mike, so I'm going to question him tonight.
Alright, yeah. That's fine. But yeah, we'll start off with Man anyway. Yeah. All I can say is, how do you feel about that? First podium in OTL, and
Pretty chuffed, to be fair.
yeah.
I didn't expect it. I got a brilliant start, got up to P2 and then into P1, but then I'd done a risky strategy of medium, soft and soft. So
Yeah, you were the only
Yeah.
driver within the top 6, I think, to go for a 2-stop. And
Really?
yeah, I'd say that probably may have paid off for you. The pace was
Yeah.
really good. You had a very good fighting mentality at the end of the race there. Really scrapping your way through the cars, and yeah.
yeah, it was a mad one.
But yeah, other than that, we got, I think, what's the next race? Is it Hungary?
Yes.
Hungary
Yeah,
next,
so
yeah.
also, yeah, Hungary will be the next race. You expecting anything alike today for Hungary?
I'm not too sure. It's a bit of a difficult track for me, but I'll give it all my best. Bahrain short is somehow a really good track for me, so I'll give it a shot. See if I can do it again, but no guarantees.
Sounds good. Chris, do you have anything to say for Mastermind?
No, just in the fact he done the 2-stop, very well executed.
Thank you.
I think we ruled out the 2-stop at the start of the race, and it just proved that it was there to be used.
Yeah, I really pushed hard on the beginning of the beginning of the second stint. I pushed proper hard into that, so that was probably what made it a bit possible. But yeah, it was a brilliant drive. I actually didn't expect to get into the top 3.
Take it. Let's hope
Yeah, that
for better things next week. Maybe P2 or a win.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
So, well, Mr. Winner, Mr. Ireland. That was impressive, Michael. Me and Jensen mentioned it during comms, we've not seen a mic like that in a long time. Now, I know there was maybe a serious amount of things happening behind you that you probably don't know much about. You maybe just seen the positions changing a lot, but
Hmm.
you did not look like anybody was going to touch you today.
Yeah, I was, first of all, congratulations to Madelman, but I was really scared at the start of the race. I dropped like 3 or 4 positions. I picked up a tiny bit of wing damage, and I was not in a groove at all. I was losing time to kind of everyone, and then by about lap 5, I kind of found a bit of a groove, and I just stayed in it then for the rest of the race.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to say this happened and that happened, but from your standpoint, apart from the start, you got out in front and never really looked back after the first couple of laps, didn't you?
Yeah, it was interesting for sure. I mean, I don't think I've ever done a race with not seeing a driver for so long.
Yes.
But
I said that. I said midstream. You fooled Jensen that race. Boring, but clinical as hell driving. You know, smooth, in a rhythm. Every corner was the same. Every braking point was the same. Every way you came out a corner was the same. And when you're driving like that, you just become a very hard driver to beat.
mhm, yep.
So Hungary, eyes forward.
Hopefully, I mean, if I want to challenge for the championship, I kind of need to take a kick on from now. I can't afford to do any more kind of stupid things, crash out Madelman like last week. But yeah, I think hopefully just solid performances from now in.
Yeah, because
Someone has
obviously
to
I
challenge
think
Nelly.
there will be some tracks, we all know the pad advantages where maybe Nelly's holding some advantage, so where maybe you can be an advantage, you need to make sure that you're absolutely on the ball and getting the job done.
Aye, for sure.
Jensen, do you have anything to ask him?
No, not at all. I think, yeah, it's been, I'd say, been a year since I've seen a performance from you like that. It's great to see you back like this as well. Hoping for more performances like that, and yeah, hopefully you could give Nelly a run for his money, make it a bit interesting.
I'll try.
So Jensen, one thing before we tie up, driver of the day.
Yeah.
Did we both agree on what we said just as we ended?
I don't know who did we say as we ended?
F. Lewis, because if he
Yeah.
get caught up in something that really was not his fault. He was driving absolutely on the back of the pack. If he didn't lose the wing and have to box through an incident that he just got caught up in something that was nothing to do with him, he would have finished P2 today.
Yeah, I think my picks would either be, it would be one of the brothers, Matterman or F. Lewis, but yeah, I agree with you there. It's a bit unfortunate for him, so I would say it would have been a P2 for him, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Other than that, it red category.
are we agreed on F. Lewis?
Yeah, I would say so.
Cool. So on that note, that was a very, very enjoyable race from a spectator standpoint. It was the first 10 laps were electric. I don't know about you gents, but I thoroughly enjoyed that. So hopefully
Oh,
more
yeah.
of the same at Hungary next week. And remember, the hub will be live again on Saturday with WRL. Take care.